Hey, friends! Welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast with your host, Nicole
and Hannah. Come join us for some hopeful conversations about heartfelt entertainment that makes your heart swing.
Hey, Hallmarkies, we're back for another episode. I'm missing my wonderful co-host, Hannah, today, but I'm joined by my sweet friend, Christina, to chat about Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, original movie, A Maple Valley Christmas, starring Andrew Walker as Aaron Davenport, Peyton List as Erica Holden, Ella Cannon as Heidi Holden, Jeff Gonick as Trevor Kemp, Frances Flanagan as Ina Holden, Paul Jarrett as Steve Davenport, Mark Doslaw as Connor Smith, and Alexandra Cross as Margot. Rancher Erica has spent her whole life working the family farm with her mother and sister. When Aaron arrives and disrupts her plans, she starts to question what it is she actually wants. My first question for you, Christina, is what did you love most about this movie?
Honestly, the chemistry between Aaron and Erica,
Yeah.
how it was immediate, their first interaction, you could definitely tell the chemistry between them. And so Andrew and Peyton really got into their character mindset and just created that chemistry. And I like that they were each dealing with their own drama, separately, their own family dramas. And so they were able to connect on a deeper level throughout the movie.
Yeah, I liked that too. And right out of the gate, the scenery in that opening scene when Erica is giving the horseback tour and telling the story of her great grandparents building the Maple Valley farm. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it really made me want to go on a horseback ride or a sleigh ride. Relive that.
Yeah. So. I've actually never ridden a horse, but I would love to learn how to ride a horse.
Oh, yeah. Growing up in Colorado, I actually did a sleigh ride type thing with a dinner. And so I actually had flashbacks to that experience while watching the movie, and it was just fun to relive it.
That's awesome. Yeah, hopefully one day I'll be able to learn how to ride a horse because that's a bucket list.
Oh, yeah. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. One scene that made me laugh, or one line, is when Erica, Heidi, and Trevor are in the kitchen with Ina, and Heidi says, "When did you learn Italian?" And Trevor says, "I spent a lot of time with your mother." Because they walk in and she's speaking Italian.
Yeah, he could understand it.
Yeah, I definitely couldn't.
No, I took Italian for 6 months, and I had to get a tutor to help me.
Oh.
Just pass the final for that class. I was struggling. So
I would love to learn how to speak Italian because that is a very beautiful language. But I've never taken it. I took French from, I think, maybe kindergarten to, I think, 9th grade, because the high school I transferred to for 10th, 11th, and 12th grade didn't have French. So I think I ended up taking another class instead.
I never took Spanish, but I took French in middle school. And then I took American Sign Language because I can't do the dialects and I can't roll my R's or anything. So Spanish was out of the question.
Oh, wow.
So I took ASL because I was like, well, I don't have to speak. And so I took 2 years of ASL in high school. And then I took Italian in college because Spanish and French were both full.
Yeah. That's awesome you took American Sign Language.
Yeah. I remember a little bit, but not enough to get by. Finger spelling.
There was one line in one of the next scenes I really loved, and I think it's one of my favorites in the movie. And it's when Erica and Heidi are in the barn talking about taking over the farm, and Heidi says, "Sometimes change is good, even taking some risks." And that's really good advice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Change is inevitable. So it's just about how we approach the change.
Yeah. And I mean, even for me, one thing I take away from that is starting this podcast. Like, I was afraid to start this podcast because there are times when I kind of just like curl up in a shell and I'm kind of shy, but I think it's helped me a little bit with growing out of my shell, I guess is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah. I used to be super quiet and now I can't stop talking. So you can get there. And this is a great way for you to like interact and meet people, but
Yeah.
also talk about something you're really passionate about. So
Yeah.
that really helps.
Yeah. What did you think about Aaron and Erica's meet cute in their walk? That was so cute.
I was like, if only it was a white horse instead of a brown and white
Yeah.
horse. I mean, he is literally like coming in on
Yeah.
a horse, and I'm like, oh, this is very fairy tale as
Yeah.
like cliche, but I was here for it because he just seemed so like calm on the horse and
Yeah.
just like coming in, and like I was wondering how she was gonna approach it, like what she was gonna say when she sees this handsome man coming in on a horse, and then she's
Yeah.
like, oh, there you are,
Mhm.
Archie.
Yeah.
Stuff. So
Yeah.
but
The one line that made me laugh, or the one exchange that made me laugh with their meet cute, is when Aaron says, "So this is a maple farm. Where's all the syrup and the lumberjacks with the flannels carrying the big buckets?" And Erica, I think she says something like right after that, but then she says, "As for the lumberjacks, they're probably with the other outdated ideas about farming."
it's so true because we stereotype like certain
Yeah.
things. Like we think that there's gonna be flannel wearing lumberjacks and stuff, and
Yeah.
there's I don't
And
know, very
yeah.
Canadian cliche.
Yeah. I love how he says, "So you're female lumberjacks, lumberjackies?"
Or is it lumberjills?
Yeah, I think that was the other line. Lumberjack. Oh yeah, this other exchange when they are talking about the mistletoe, and Aaron says, "So this is your job. You take people out on horseback rides to bring them to mistletoe so they can kiss." Yeah, it's what it says on my LinkedIn.
That one threw me off so much because like I was not expecting that line.
Yeah, that
It
was
was
really
great. It was so
yeah.
funny.
Another scene that I really loved was Aaron and Erica in the barn, and they're talking about the cowboy hat. Where can I get something like that? You don't get a cowboy hat, you earn it.
Yeah. That was probably one of my favorite lines.
Yeah,
Was
one
just
of mine
because
too.
it sets the tone for
For the whole
like
movie. Yeah.
yeah, from that point on, like you knew what
Yeah.
he was trying to get. He was trying to earn the cowboy hat,
Yeah.
which represents so much more than just a hat.
Yeah. Can we just talk about that kiss that happened 20 minutes into the movie? I think that is the fastest I've ever seen a kiss happen between the couple.
Yeah, I watched an interview with him talking about that. He was like, it's only 30 pages in. And I was like, wow, that happens fast. And then
Yeah.
you see the moment, and they have so many movies where they have that chemistry and that like moment where you're like, okay, just kiss, and they miss it. Or someone like blocks their interaction or phone call.
Yeah.
And this one, she just went in for it, caught him by surprise. Like she made the first move.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool to see a different dynamic.
Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was really cute. What did you think about Aaron's dad and him showing up to the farm?
Oh, Aaron's dad coming
Mhm.
it totally caught me off guard, but it also created early onset drama, which
Mhm.
normally
Yeah.
Hallmark has that like your half hour from the ending of the movie. Let's
Mhm.
throw in the drama.
Yeah.
And so but it like revealed how Aaron wasn't completely truthful to her so early
Mhm.
on.
Yeah.
So I hated that, like, because Aaron was so like, I'm here for you.
Mhm.
Like, I don't want to buy this because you want it. And then his dad like comes and ruins that whole thing, but he wasn't completely truthful either. So I'm glad it was revealed early on.
Yeah, I was glad it was revealed early on too. Although I do love how Aaron stood up to his dad. So you're throwing away this deal for a woman you just met that you won't know next week. And Aaron said, no, I'm throwing this deal because I have principles. And I really appreciated that he
Mhm.
said that.
Yeah, I loved Andrew's character in this. I thought
Yeah.
he really had values and morals, and
Mhm.
he was going to stick to them no
Yeah.
matter what his dad said. And
Mhm.
to me, that's very admirable.
Yes. I loved the tree lighting. I thought that was a nice scene when Aaron is mentioning how he's disappointed they won't be neighbors.
Yeah.
She goes on to talk about the tree and how it was her grandparents' first Christmas tree in Montana. Her grandma got a live tree, and every year they decorated the tree and would have a lighting for that tree. And after that, Aaron tells Erica about what his family usually did for Christmas. And then the hugs were really cute
Yeah.
between like Aaron and Erica's family.
Yeah. Like you could tell that there is genuine love and care for
Yeah.
everyone
Mm-hmm.
and respect. Like
Yeah.
even though Erica and Heidi had a lot of issues that
Mm-hmm.
needed to be worked out,
Yeah.
they had a lot of love. And
Yeah.
so it was really cool to see the
Yeah.
love of that family
Mm-hmm.
and how welcoming they were for Aaron.
Yeah, I think so too. And I loved seeing Aaron light the tree. That was awesome.
Yeah, like how special is that to be part of lighting a tree that holds so
Yeah.
much special tradition
Yeah.
for that family? Like that's
Yeah.
such an honor.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a tree lighting in your town where you live?
So I live in Jacksonville, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we have like a mall that does it, but our big one is actually in St. Augustine, which
Mm-hmm.
is the oldest city in America.
Yeah,
And so like they do the whole like town in white lights. And
that's awesome.
so like I have gone to that more than I've gone to the one here in Jacksonville, but St. Augustine is just so unique anyways. So when
Yeah.
it's like Christmas lights and there's like contests
Oh,
and
that's
stuff, it's really pretty. So I've done that with friends and it's just so beautiful.
awesome.
And it's always humid and hot, but
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
nice just to like at least feel like you're experiencing Christmas anyways.
Yeah. I've been to St. Augustine and it is a beautiful city. I've never been at Christmas, but
Oh, you have to come. It's
yeah.
usually they light up the Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And the night of lights goes until the end of January, actually.
Oh, wow.
January 31st.
That's awesome.
So,
Maybe one
yeah.
year my family and I can make it down there around the
Yeah.
holidays because that would be awesome. It's always fun to visit St. Augustine. Way back when I was in middle school, I went to a golf camp at the PGA Tour Academy
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple years. So
Okay.
we
That's
got to
pretty
walk
cool.
around St. Augustine a little bit after camp was over.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's like you ride on these little trams
Yeah.
and they play like Christmas music. Everyone is singing along, and then you get off and they give you hot chocolate and cookies,
I love
and
that.
everyone's just in such a good mood. It's just really special. So, I mean, it might not snow. We might
That's
not have a
okay.
white Christmas,
Yeah.
but we have our own little like special Florida traditions.
Yes.
Do you have a tree lighting where you live?
We do, and it's at the town center, like the
Okay.
shopping center
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
not too far away from where I live.
Okay.
I missed it this year, but
Oh,
that's okay.
there's always
The-
next year.
yeah, the parking was an issue. I'm not even kidding. My mom and I, we tried to go,
Okay.
and when we got there, we literally drove around for probably an hour to an hour and a half looking for a parking spot, and every single spot was filled.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what happened with our town center to the point where like people like were paying valet. It
Yeah.
was ridiculous. We
Yeah.
parked way over and then like had a long walk.
Yeah. One of my top favorite scenes in this movie is when Aaron and Erica are making the maple candies. And that reminded me of Andrew's movie with Nikki, Sweet Autumn.
Yeah. Yes. I love Sweet Autumn.
Me too.
And I've never done like a maple candy like making class, but like watching that scene, I just really wanted to like find some friends and do a maple candy like class.
Yeah.
Like, and then how he like burned his hand, and like he's like,
Yeah.
if a sign says like wet paint, like I have to test it. Like that's such a,
Yeah.
a guy thing to do. You gotta test the waters.
Yeah. That was sweet how Erica tended to his burned finger.
Exactly.
What did you think about the conversation that Erica, Heidi, and Trevor had with Ina about her move to Italy for love?
Oh gosh. You could tell that Heidi and Trevor were like for it
Yeah.
and supportive, and they wanted to see their mom and
Mm,
mother-in-law
yeah.
like happy,
Mhm.
but Erica did not take it well.
Yeah, she did
Like you could
not.
definitely tell she had a lot of like resentment towards love,
Yeah.
and that obviously like you find out that it stems from her divorce, and it was to me like sad that she wasn't supportive of her mom like finding love, because
Yeah.
I remember the dad left and he like
Mhm.
sends like Christmas cards and stuff, but it didn't seem like it was a brand new like falling out. So it
Mhm.
had been quite a few years,
Yeah.
is what it seems like. So the fact that her mom is like finding love,
Yeah.
and it was sad to see how Erica like took it,
Mhm.
but like at the same time, like I know people in real life that
Mhm.
would feel the same way. And so, and then you get to the deeper meaning behind their hurt and resentment, and
Yeah.
you're like, that's why they're a lot more guarded, is because like
Mhm.
she wants to protect her mom's heart.
Yeah, she
And
does.
but also you can tell throughout the movie Erica is really set in her ways and
Mhm.
like wants to keep traditions alive and basically stay the same, and they're all talking about changes, and I
Mhm.
think she's just was not prepared for her mom to like go to Italy, but also surprise, I'm in a relationship you
Mhm.
didn't know about.
Yeah,
So
I agree. It's hard. I mean, I've never been in that kind of situation, but
yeah, me neither. But I also am a total hopeless romantic.
yeah.
So like it was just seeing her aspect, but it
Mhm.
obviously comes a place from like she needed to guard her heart.
Yeah.
So
And I can understand that Erica was just trying to protect her mom.
yeah,
I mean, that's what
exactly.
families do. They protect
Yeah,
each other. So
yeah.
it's understandable.
I think what's really caught me off guard though was her saying that to her mom, but then she's the one who spontaneously kissed Aaron the
Yeah.
night that they met. So I'm like,
Yeah.
we're going from like immediately meeting him, like having them have their meet cute, and then like just an hour later, she's like kissing him. And
Yeah.
then like her mom's like, oh, by the way, I've been secretly dating Leo. And she's like, what?
Mhm. Yeah.
But just seeing that dynamic. But I mean, those situations obviously do happen in real life. So.
Yeah. I loved the conversation between Aaron and Erica at the Christmas fair when he tells her that he's going to stay in Maple Valley until things get worked out. And then they start talking about the gift for Aaron's dad. And Erica says, our booth selling money bags, bow ties, and top hats couldn't make it this year. And Aaron says, oh, because he's the Monopoly.
That's another good liner. Like,
Yeah.
that was so funny. And then he was talking about getting his dad the monocle. Or
Yeah.
is that, yeah. And stuff.
That
Or
was really funny.
how he like played off of it instead of like getting defensive. He was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, that was really cute.
I liked how he was talking about wanting something meaningful this year.
Yeah. I
Like
was
to
just
me,
about
like instead of a generous and like expensive gift, which some people want, he was like, I don't need expensive. I want meaningful.
Yeah.
That was really touching.
Yeah. Is there a meaningful gift that you've ever received for Christmas that you
Oh,
love?
for Christmas, a meaningful gift.
Or just a
Well,
meaningful gift in general, like for your birthday or
so I have two. So for my college graduation, my brother who graduated a year before me, he's a mechanical engineer. I did not have money for his graduation, really, but I bought him like a license plate that he wanted.
oh,
And
that's
then
awesome.
a year later, I graduate, and he bought me a 4 night cruise, like for him and I to go on this cruise. And we went to Haiti and Jamaica. And it was just a quick 4 night thing, but it was just something that him and I got to experience together and bond over that. And it was a couple of weeks before Christmas. And it was just really special holding on to that memories. And like traveling's a big part of my life. And for him to be like, hey, like, I know this is expensive
Mhm.
and stuff. And I felt bad, like, getting him a license plate. And then, like, the next year, he's giving me this amazing trip. But just to be like, hey, like, I really value quality time. So the fact that he was like, hey, like, I like appreciate you. I'm proud of you. Like,
Oh,
let's go on a trip together. So that's probably my most meaningful gift, is just those experiences, because I'm more about non-tangible items. Like, I rather create memories.
yeah.
And I actually was given an early Christmas gift from my best friend last week, and she like painted me this clock, and it's my favorite color and my favorite animal, so it's a teal penguin clock.
Oh,
And just knowing it was from her heart, like she paid attention to like things that I love, and just her thoughtfulness. Like she's just really talented. And I always feel bad because she creates these like really creative like paintings, and then I'm like buy her something like that is not as thoughtful. But just the
oh,
fact that she like wanted to do that, and I received the first clock she's made, so it was just really special.
that
So
is really sweet.
what's your favorite gift that you've
Oh
received?
my goodness, that's such a hard question because there's been so many gifts that have meant a lot to me. And of course, I love giving gifts more than receiving gifts. So there's been some that I've gifted to other people that have been meaningful. But one that was, I guess, gifted to me, which was really meaningful. I'm like you. I like making memories. So trips or concerts or, anything like that
Yeah.
are what is most meaningful. And back in 2013, I can't remember if it was my mom or my dad, but they bought me tickets to see Michael W. Smith on his Christmas
Ah,
tour,
aw,
which
that's
was a lot of
awesome.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's the best gift you've ever given? I gotta know this.
Oh goodness. I can't even remember, honestly. If I could remember, I would share it.
Yeah. When you like mentioned about giving, like I immediately like was able to be like pinpoint what the best gift I gave was. But like it's tough.
Yeah, it is tough. I'm trying to remember. I mean, there's been so many that I've gifted to my friends and my family.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more of a gift giver than gift
Okay.
receiver.
Yeah.
This moment made me laugh, and it is when Aaron arrives at the house and he's looking for Erica, and Heidi comes out and she's standing on the porch, and Aaron immediately figures out that she's hiding in the barn.
Yeah. That's like the one line like I was like gonna point out, like that was probably one of the most memorable ones, was when he like immediately like calls her out for hiding. He's like, how's hiding from me going? She's
Yeah,
like, I'm not hiding, I'm working. And
yeah, that was
so
really funny. Another favorite moment is when Aaron and Erica go on the horseback ride. and he's talking about almost remembering being in Maple Valley with his mom and how she loved it there. His mom always wanted to move to horse country, but his dad didn't want to, so she would take Erin riding every chance she got until she became ill. And Erica tells Erin why she's really not dating anyone. She was married and got divorced. Her ex was one of those adrenaline-seeking, four-season sports kind of guys that loved cross-country trips and came out there looking for the Wild West. And then, she says that he got bored of her, and Erin says, that's not possible.
Yep. That was so sweet.
That
Like,
was really
I
sweet.
would have melted if a guy said that.
Yes, I would have too. This is another top favorite scene, and it's when Erin is joining the Holdens for the Pioneer Christmas. And they
That's on my
have dinner.
list.
Yeah, the dinner by the
Yeah.
campfire, and they are talking about the Pioneer Christmas. Erica and Heidi's mom started Pioneer Christmas when they were kids to honor their great grandparents who didn't have a working stove their first Christmas. They cooked holiday dinner over an open fire, and Erica says, really? We think mom just wanted a night off from the dish.
And it's funny as I was watching that with my mom, and she's like, yeah, but they're using dishes. And
I
she's
know.
like, they're using plates right there. I'm like, well, the plates you can put in the dishwasher, but you still have to cook or
Yeah.
clean the like pots that you
Yeah.
were cooking.
Yeah.
But
And
I loved that, like seeing that tradition, like, because that has so much meaning to them, like as kids, to like honor their great grandparents and stuff. But also, like, some of the best, like, quality time is spent around a campfire, just like making
yeah.
s'mores and stuff. So sausages and potatoes,
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
just really special.
I think my top favorite scene in this movie is the sleigh ride and dinner at the cabin when they share the dance.
Yes, that's mine too.
Yeah.
Just like, it was so special. It's very like, and she guessed all the words that he was gonna say, like
Yeah.
perfect, romantic, special, and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Just the way it was set up, it was just so beautiful. And
Mm-hmm.
then the fact that he just like spontaneously was like, you want to dance? And then
Yeah.
seeing Heidi and Trevor like playing
On the
songs,
guitar. Yeah.
it was just like, when I saw that scene, I was like, I want to be there. Like,
Yeah, me too.
teleport me there. Like,
Yeah, me too. I loved Aaron's line when he said, ever since I met you, I feel different. When I'm with you, I feel found.
yeah, that's my favorite line of
I
the
think
movie.
that's mine too.
Like, it
Yeah.
takes the cake, because
Yeah.
I think she needed to hear that. Like, her
Mhm.
character needed to hear that,
Yeah.
even if she's feeling guarded. Like, just the fact that, like, you can have that much of an impact on someone.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
hands down, favorite scene.
Yeah. I thought the moment when Aaron opens the gift from his dad, which is the toy fire truck, was really special.
Oh yeah, he finally got that meaningful gift, which is what he wanted.
Yes.
And the dad's like, I replaced the batteries.
Yeah. That
So
was really nice because earlier on, we see that scene with Aaron and his dad and the argument about the toy fire truck and how he didn't want the batteries replaced because the sound was annoying. And that
yeah,
made me a little sad hearing that.
yeah,
But I'm glad that his
uh,
dad made it up to him in the end.
yeah. It was like, so I cried during this movie. I'll
Yeah.
just be real. Like, I
Yeah.
cried, and seeing Aaron stand up to his dad and be like,
Mhm.
hey, like, you're calling me selfish. Like, I'm
Mhm.
thinking about others. You want to talk about selfish? Like, I could read that message that you left for mom saying, do not
Mhm.
replace the batteries. And
Yeah.
so the fact that the father, like, I guess, kept the fire truck, or
Yeah.
like, all these years later, it
Yeah.
comes back into the picture. But that's
Mhm.
exactly the meaningful gift that he wanted,
Yes.
It symbolizes so much more.
Yeah. I have to mention the Holden family dinner, and Steve shows up, which of course that is Aaron's dad. And he mentions how he withdrew his offer because of Aaron and the blessing. I loved that they did that
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very rare that you actually like see a blessing,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
just the way like she was looking, Erica was looking up at her family
Mhm.
members, especially her sister Heidi, who
Yeah.
they had so much drama throughout the movie, but like the way when she was doing the blessing, and
Yeah.
it was just that like, okay, like there's peace
Yeah.
between them or among everyone at that point. And um and then even when, so rewind a little bit, but when they're like preparing this big dinner and stuff, Erica was finally like acknowledging
Yeah.
Leo, and his like feast of the seven fish. And
Mhm.
so she was
Yeah.
talking about going maybe to Tuscany next year to celebrate, and the fact that they acknowledged that, and the even the fact that he was willing to like make a maple glazed salmon,
Mhm.
like to like tie in their traditions and stuff. Like that was so sweet to me, even though she wasn't super receptive, but her coming around like right before like they sat down at the family dinner
Mhm.
and saying, "Hey, like maybe next year." Like
Yeah.
I'm preparing my heart for whatever's
Mhm.
happening for next year to experience that. But I thought it was so sweet when Steve comes to dinner, and it was just like a full circle moment. Like
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
was such a rough start because you don't like him in the movie really
Mhm.
because he's the villain. And
Yeah.
then he like has this change of
Yeah.
heart, and then he like shows up, and how the family just embraces him. And but
Mhm.
you also get to see Aaron's impact on his dad, saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, like I didn't do this, like but except for Aaron's influence,
Yeah.
like just
I think
because Aaron always wanted his father's approval, that type of
Mhm.
thing." So
Yeah.
what was your favorite part about the dinner?
Of course, the blessing, which I just mentioned, and then Aaron showing up in the hug with his dad, and then Aaron and Erica holding hands.
Yeah,
That was really cute.
that was really cute.
And we get to the last scene in the movie, which is Aaron and Erica in the barn, and she gives him the Christmas present, which is the cowboy hat.
Yes.
He says, I just got to say, it's not a present if I had to earn it. And Erica says, yeah, you never really had to earn it.
Yeah. That was such a precious moment. I mean, as like cliche Hallmark movies go,
Mistletoe and the
yeah.
kiss.
The mistletoe, like how like perfectly we're standing under mistletoe and stuff, but how cliche, because you knew like coming up like that he has to have the cowboy hat because it was talked about throughout
Yeah.
the movie.
Mhm.
But just that final, because when they had their argument, they're falling away. Like
Yeah.
he was like, "You're never gonna give me that hat," like
Mhm.
and stuff. And then at the very end, she's like, "Hey, like here you go. Like you didn't have to earn it, but like
Yeah.
it was just so precious."
It was really
That
sweet.
yeah, I definitely cried.
Oh, yeah. Just an all around great movie. I think this is going to be in my top favorites for this year.
Yeah, I think it was really well done. It
Mhm.
touched on a lot of, we're used to like a lot of, I mean, this is a Hallmark movies and mysteries. So I was going in expecting it to be more of a cheesy rom-com. And
Mhm.
then I was like, wait, this is the movies and mysteries. And there was a lot more drama, but I feel like there was a lot to learn from those like
Yeah.
lessons, those family lessons. So
I think so too. I would rate it a 9 out of 10. What about you?
I'd probably say an 8, only because there was just so much drama, and I
Yeah,
felt
we
like
can
the
understand that.
sisters just needed to like sit down and actually have a
Mhm.
conversation. And
Yeah.
I feel like there was like going behind each other's back a little bit. So
Yeah, a little bit. I could see
that
that.
just wanting like more like resolve. But the movie was so well done.
Yeah.
Um, Andrew and Peyton had
Yeah.
really undeniable chemistry, which
Mhm.
makes the movie so much more
Yeah.
enjoyable.
I
And
think so
just
too.
yeah, just seeing their love story and how
Yeah.
they relied on each other when they were both dealing with trauma. Like
Yeah.
it's very special.
Yeah. I agree. I would love to see them work together again.
Definitely. I don't recall if I've ever seen Peyton in another movie, so she was
I
new to
think this was
me.
her first Hallmark
Okay.
movie.
Yeah, I really liked her.
Yeah, she's
So
great. I have some trivia to wrap up this episode.
I just watched those movies, so we'll see.
What year did Erica's great grandparents cross the country in search of a new life?
Oh gosh. 1830 or
Oh,
1930?
1900.
1930s.
Yeah, it was
Um
early in the 1930s. So I'll say that.
1931. Just kidding.
Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
ding.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah.
What is the name of the horse Aaron found on the trail?
Archie.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. You're 2 for 2.
With help.
How old was Aaron when he came to Maple Valley for a family vacation? Now, he
Oh
mentioned 2
gosh.
ages, like this or
Yeah.
this.
Okay, I know he was 10 when his mom died.
Mm-hmm.
Was it like 7? 7? Yeah? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, 7 or 8.
7, 8. Okay.
Yeah, good job. What is one of the products Erica's family sells for the Maple Christmas Fair?
Oh gosh.
These, I'll give you a hint. These you can burn around your house all year long.
Oh, incense? Or
Nope.
like candles,
Yes.
maple candles, maple scented candles.
Good job. Yeah.
Okay. Why did I say incense?
It's okay. How many years has Erica been divorced?
4, right? No,
Yes.
yeah,
Ding,
4,
ding,
4.
ding, ding.
Okay.
What is one of the songs that Trevor and Heidi sang at the dinner when they were playing the guitar?
All I can think of is "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," but I don't think that was one of them.
Nope.
It's not Jingle Bells, right?
Nope.
No, because they were more upbeat. It wasn't anything like Silent Night, was it? Yeah, Silent Night. Okay,
Ding, ding,
Silent
ding,
Night.
ding.
I know my friends were talking about Silent Night recently, so then I was like, wait, am I just throwing this out there?
No. Good job. You got them all right.
Yeah. I was expecting you to ask like how many years like her family has been doing the sleigh ride, and it was like 55
No.
years. And so I was like, okay, 55 years, but her family's been really doing it for like
Yeah.
hundreds of years. So
Yeah, I was trying not to make them too hard.
I did better than I thought. So
Yeah, you did a great job.
thank you.
Of course. Well, this was so much fun. Thank you, Christina, for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was really fun. I'm honored to be a part of this podcast and
Of course.
my first experience. So thank you.
You did a great job.
Thank you. And we had a great movie to cover. So
Yes.
lots of special moments.
Yes. And we will definitely have to have you back on again.
Thank you.
Of course. All right, Hallmarkies, I think that wraps up our recap of A Maple Valley Christmas. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed and have a great day or night wherever you are in the world. And we will see you next time. We love y'all. Bye.
Bye.